for any group, now the stupid ones, the loud pass. You are the small 6,000 comments, and out of the 6,000 comments, some now repeat the same person comment. So maybe like only 2,500 of you people. Oh, what a shame. Little number, fam.
Yo, what's good, beautiful people? It's your boy Emmanuel, aka Power Papi. Welcome back again to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the fam. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Today's topic, guys, Seun Kuti, you already know, son of legendary Fela, and he himself an amazing artist and musician that has been upholding a lot of Fela's legacy. Seun Kuti is in the news right now because of his banter and back and forth with some of the most ruthless, the most vicious fan base we have in Nigerian music, and that's Wizkid FC, man. Wizkid FC, we already know how Wizkid FC plays, man. We already know how they roll. He goes on IG Live quite often. He mostly comments on politics and just society in general, and I kind of align with a lot of his politics and his worldview on a lot of societal standards and ideologies, you know. Every now and then he does make some commentary on music, which I tend to disagree quite often with him. But Seun Kuti is the kind of commentator that obviously, like, growing up in Kalakuta, he has seen the worst, so there's no ounce of fear in this guy. Like, he obviously speaks fearlessly.
What I said, they want to now use it as a way to say that I was insulting someone. You understand that I have gone out of my way to insult someone when I've never insulted anybody. I'm just telling the Nigerian youth what it means to be nominated in the Grammys. For you to be nominated means your body of work, your work. An album with your name in front of it. When an album with your name in front of it gets nominated, that is your nomination. If you win on that album, that is when you have won. You, an artist, as you, the artist. And that is just the truth. I cannot say I'm saying that, but when you live in a country where people have made millions from lying, when you live in a country where people have made billions from lying, wow, the truth must feel like an insult to somebody.
He has been making a lot of comments about the Grammys, especially when the nominations were out, when Burna Boy got awarded. There were many comments and instances where he kind of showed why he didn't get nominated. There was a whole story of how maybe his record label didn't submit it, that he thought he got submitted, but he actually didn't get submitted for it. And then there was a whole lot of that. Then he was kind of like expressing himself and showing his disdain for the whole process and why he didn't get nominated, which was all cool and dandy. And then there was another instance kind of related to the Grammys and award shows in general. He kind of talked about how the music business has been made into a competition by these awards.
Let me explain something to you people about music. Music is not sports. Music is not athletics. Music is not competition. There can never be, and there will never be, the best musician. You see, when you look at charts, top 10 charts, award shows, all this kind of nonsense, when you look at it, this is how capitalists control what they ought not to be able to control. You see, as soon as the capitalists began to be able to make musicians feel like they're in competition with one another, that music is a competition, the capitalist suddenly has an opportunity to benefit from their art. So now, my father, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, probably the greatest, most influential artist that has ever come out of Africa. Bob Marley, the greatest, most influential black musician ever. Not one single nomination, not one single award. Not one single nomination, not one single award for both Fela and Bob Marley. So what are we going to say? That Fela and Bob Marley are not good musicians, are not great musicians, they are not the, if you want to use best, these people never got. So musical success is relative.
I definitely get his point on how music in an ideal scenario, in an ideal context, shouldn't be made into a competition, because simply because it is just out of expression, and people shouldn't be put against each other. People expressing each other shouldn't be put against each other. But we need to understand, and I'm sure Seun Kuti will agree with this, that musicians ought to be paid for their work, right? They ought to be paid for their work. And then that's when it comes from the exchange that they have with consumers, the transaction that they have with consumers. So I create a product, you as a consumer, you buy it, you put food on my table. That's work. That's how I do it. By definition, that's a business, right? By definition, that's a business already, okay? And by music being a business, by default, you're in competition already. You're already in competition. Even take away award shows, you're already in competition. I know we live in a capitalist system, and trust me, I believe in social democracies. I think capitalism can be regulated to some extent, because capitalism can easily get very toxic and unfair. So I believe in social democracies. Okay, that's where I relate a lot with Seun Kuti's politics. Award shows existing, I don't think is a terrible thing, or it's a thing that is making artists compete each other. Award shows shouldn't mean the end all and be all, and to be able to dictate the greatness of an artist. Absolutely, like that's stupid to think that you need award shows to recognize or to indicate someone's greatness. I think it's beyond, he make the argument too. Fela, Bob Marley, they never got nominated for Grammys, they never won Grammys. So does that take away from their greatness? Absolutely not. So award shows are not that, okay? My point is, award shows are not what's making music a competition. Music is already a competition because it's a business that participates in capitalism. It is. It participates in capitalism. Once you participate in capitalism, I'm sorry, you're already a competition. Except you want to make music, or musicians pull the plug from capitalism and say, hey, I'm going to express myself, and I hope at the kindness of your heart you can give me some donation at least just to put food on my table. I'm sure many artists wouldn't agree with that kind of structure. Okay, that's why they have to engage and participate in capitalism, and that makes them in competition, like they're in competition already with each other. I know sometimes we can romanticize art and say no, it shouldn't be from competition and whatnot, but at the end of the day, artists need food on the table. Artists still compete in a capitalist system. It's not their fault that they compete in capitalist system, but it's where we are. It's where we live. It's how the world works for the most part. Every industry would love to have bragging rights, and that's what award shows bring to music. And that's why I disagreed with him on that stance. And where I felt was kind of contradictory was a person that doesn't necessarily agree with the structure of award shows talks an awful lot about awards, you know, and that's how he kind of ends up with this Wizkid FC banter, because he put out a statement. That said, and I don't want to misquote him. There are only 4 musicians in Nigeria whose music has been nominated for the Grammys. First off, point of correction, that's actually not entirely accurate. If his criteria is saying Nigerians that got nominated for their own original work, in actuality there have been 5 Nigerians that have been nominated. There's been Burna Boy, there's been Seun Kuti himself, there's been Femi Kuti, there's been King Sunny Ade, and there's Babatunde Olatunji for his Love Drums Talks. Okay, people usually neglect Babatunde Olatunji when it comes to these conversations, but there have been 5 Nigerians that have been nominated for their own original work. Not to talk about Nigerians that have been nominated for foreign work, you know, on other people's projects. There's a whole longer list of Nigerians that have been nominated for those, you know, and then that's when Wizkid will come on with the One Dance and everything. Yeah, so there've been numerous Nigerians that have been nominated. If that's his criteria here in this statement, that these are Nigerians that have been nominated for their own original work, then yes, sure. And if that annoys you, it's not my fault. Album no be music video. Your favorites will also one day, by the ancestors' grace, make music that will be recognized. I am dedicating today to you children. Now, I'm sure this is not the first statement that got Wizkid FC pissed off. The statement album no be music video, I kind of disagree with that notion of, because it's a music video, the artist should not be credited. And I know, yes, you're awarding the video director, but what is a music video without the music? Like, let's actually ask ourselves, what is a music video without the music? Even down to movies, okay? When you have scores that help you tell and determine the atmosphere, bring the emotion element to it, that what music does, you cannot take it away from a musician. You cannot take that away from a musician at the end of the day. So for him to perform in the music video, this is him performing and making the music in the music video. By all means, artists should get credit for music videos. Like that's. It shouldn't be a crazy thing. Wizkid deservedly should get credit for this award, and he should be proud of it. It's something that he can hold to his chest and be proud of. And that's just where I disagree with him. But at the end of the day, the banter between him and Wizkid FC at this point is quite comical, and it's even crazier because Seun Kuti is not the one to mess with, man. He has dragged this thing even longer than it should have been. Here's what he had to say, man. It was just a crazy banter, bro.
You are disgracing Wizkid. You are disgracing him. If Wizkid they come talk to me, why not talk the first line? He say the first line say no mind them. When he come tell them, no mind them, they come fight for person. The person reach the elbow where they fight. Now they fight for Ramo. He go meet the person that they fight. He say don't mind these people. Now put us in a sarcasm. The first line are waiting. That one a sarcasm stick. Sarcasmalisticality. Where they say don't mind them. See that guy? Anyway, don't mind them. Don't mind them. See, if you love Wizkid, truly say you love, I dare you to go to Shita, open a primary school in Shita in the name of Wizkid. Can you show me that you're that free?
But anyway, that's my 2 cents about it. This has been entertaining to witness. Definitely like, share, and subscribe if you're new here. Check out the rest of the content on this channel and also on my reaction channel as well. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your boy Mano, aka Power Papi. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I'm still the chairman of the Nigerian haters. Still chairman of Nigerian haters. Still only one of the 4 whose album has been nominated for the Grammys.